Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, and I'm inside the collection room. I just got home a couple of hours ago from this exciting place here. As you see the emblem, New York Comic Con. Uh, very excited to be there. Had a wonderful time. It was exhausting though, and kind of, um, uh, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It was, it was very busy place, um, a little bit more than I expected it to be, and that's not in a negative way. I've been to many Comic Cons, but I've never been to the New York Comic Con. It was overwhelming. That's the word I was looking for. Overwhelming because there were so many people there, so many vendors, so much to do. Um, I'm sorry if I'm looking a little dry here, but I was not just in New York. I was in at least 6 or 7 different cities. That included Ellicott, Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, Breezewood, Pennsylvania, and Columbus, Maryland, and also in Annapolis, Maryland. And Annapolis, I had the chance to finally stop inside of the infamous Third Eye comic book store, and it was wonderful. I had a wonderful time there. I did a video there too, and a little tour, and I'll post that video later on this week, probably on Comic Book Day. But in Columbus, Ohio, is where I had a chance to see the movie The Joker, and I said that I would do a review. I've seen the movie with both my older brother and my younger brother, and we loved the movie, all three of us. And that's it was a surprise to my older brother. He actually applauded the movie. My older brother is not into comic books like he used to be. That's not really his thing anymore. So for him to actually applaud the movie, I was shocked. Before I continue with this video though, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please continue to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Tap that bell so you can get videos as I post them immediately and they drop into your feed. Well, this is just going to be a short, non-spoiler review of the movie, and those who haven't had a chance to see it yet. And again, I seen it at the AMC Theater in Columbus, Maryland, which is only a few hours away from Ellicott and Baltimore. The movie stars, of course, Joaquin Phoenix, and I don't know. This was, how can I say? This is an untamed comic book movie, and by that word I mean it didn't follow the typical plot line, the storyline that you see most comic book movies do, and that's between both DC Comics and Marvel. It's like unlike anything that DC has probably done before. Maybe the closest DC movie I've seen to this that didn't follow a particular formula may have been The Watchmen, but then again, The Watchmen did, because it enacted the events that occurred in the comic book almost to the letter, except that it showed superheroes in a bad light instead of a good light. But this movie shows a character named Arthur Fleck, who later on becomes a Joker, and again portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, as a guy who's on edge, a guy who has had all the elements of society work against him, including being diagnosed with mental illness and not getting the help that he needs. There was a lot of debate between myself and my brothers, as I'm sure there's been a lot of debate with a lot of other people who've seen the movie, about the issue concerning mental illness. And does this movie, and do I condone the behavior that comes out of that character, as being, good or okay, based upon the things that have happened to him that cause him to react the way he does? Absolutely not. But one thing that this movie does do is it shows that any of us are a day away, a paycheck away, a bill away, an emotion away from being that character, from being that person, from being the Joker. Now, any of us could be the Joker, really, based upon certain situations and circumstances infused with, mental illness, but not necessarily. Anger issues or whatever, emotional issues, which can cause you just to flip the script. It reminded me of this book here, which was written, of course, by Alan Moore years ago, The Killing Joke, if you can see that. And he even says here in the back of the book, oh wow, I've eclipsed myself. One day away. And I think, again, that's the premises of this story. any of us, again, it could be one day away from being that character. I usually rate movies on a scale of 1 to 10, and I will say I'm going to give this movie a 10. Yes, it's Oscar worthy. Will it get an Oscar? Who knows? Possibly not, but it is Oscar worthy. Joaquin Phoenix puts on his best performance. He didn't try to compare himself to Heath Ledger or Cesar Romero, the original Joker, or even Jack Nicholson, Joker, which were to me the best three of the Joker characters. This one joins that line definitely. Um, it's not over the top and it's not underrated. It's just right. Just a regular fella. You know, faced with bad circumstances, like I said before. So I do recommend it for viewing. It's not for children at all. There's some very violent scenes in the movie, and I think only for adult eyes. This is R-rated, by the way. So I, again, recommend you to go see it. You will enjoy it. I don't think, unfortunately, it's going to get a lot of popularity due to the circumstance of the story that it's dealing with and the nature of the character itself. But I think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to become like a cult, what do you call it? Have a cult following amongst fans, whether they're Marvel or DC. So that's it. That's all, y'all. I hope you are having a good day, afternoon, morning, or whatever time it is and place you're in the world. Peace, love, and hair grease.